A generation of ministers are rising that no longer know the dealings of God. And you cannot become a man of God if you are not dealt with by God. There are actually two approaches to become someone that God can use to influence a generation. Because if God is going to use you to influence a generation, it must be seen that there is no external factor, no situation, no pressure from the external avenues that have the ability to control you because of the depth of your conviction.
Welcome to Apostolic Blueprints, where we are passionate about helping you build a strong foundation of faith.
So if you are here and you don't have a scar, because the scars are indications of seasons of voluntary submission to suffering. It's not as if they deceived you to enter. You knew that this was how it was, and you had prepared your mind to meet with it gallantly. If you don't have those scars, it means you are fake. When the issue of conviction comes, you will tilt in the area of comfort, not in the area of God, not in the area of scriptures. And then you will develop philosophies to back your reaction. That is a state of compromise already. And such a ministry limits the chances that God has over a generation. So you find people that cheat in the name of the Lord, lie in the name of the Lord. All of that is a sign that the process was not adequate to evolve a man that is an outright representation of the position of God in all things. A certain preacher had impregnated his fiancée, so they brought for judgment. Are you following me? So, name of preacher withheld. So they brought the preacher for judgment. And then, he's a very popular person. We say, now that you have touched this lady, you must marry her. Yeah, accepted. So we wrote it down. Then he now said he wants to talk. It's okay, talk. He said because of how popular he is in the body of Christ, in the interest of the body of Christ, he has to abort so that the body of Christ will not receive shock. Are you following me? Meanwhile, at the end of that meeting, he followed that his counsel. And they aborted that baby. Yes, he married the lady. But you know what? The reason why the lady was pregnant during courtship was because he had a tendency. And the pregnancy had created a problem. And that problem was going to take him through tribulation. Are you with me? The tribulation has the capacity to deal with that tendency, such that at the end of the process, that tendency will be killed by the tribulation. But you see the philosophy that he brought. You know the body of Christ. Come on, the body of Christ doesn't have a problem. It's you that has a challenge. But he went ahead and aborted. And I'm an eyewitness. I'm still alive. He's still alive. I saw the kind of ministry that brother began. It's a ministry that is built on compromise, built by compromise, roofed with compromise. And the reason for which he has that texture in ministry was because he decided to voluntarily escape a tribulation. Are you with me? So the pregnancy was a blessing. If he had followed it through, it would have been his deliverance. And that his first child will still be alive today. People don't know that the subsequent children that came have an elder one which never saw the light of day. Because in order to pamper that infirmity, we are willing to even kill. Oh, you're not with me. But that's how fake men of God are produced in a generation. If we check your story and you see, the thing about the tribulations God will bring to you, you always have the opportunity to decide not to yield. Always. Because God will never force you to go the length with him. We are having a very large percentage of fake ministers today because the pathway of tribulation has been ignored by many. John said, I am your brother, I am your companion. Where? So when you find me preaching a message, the doctrine that I'm preaching is not mine. The emphasis that I'm bringing is the emphasis of my Father. So Jesus was saying, I am a theater upon which my Father stands to display. It was not my will that was manifested in my preferences, my opinions, my choices, the miracles that I did. None of it was as I intended. I kept my preferences locked up and shut down. It was only my Father that was on display all these years. And it will interest you to know that he had 3 decades of obedience for 3 years of ministry. Just in case you have wondered why your teaching ministry is not as authoritative as that of Jesus, we found the secret behind his own. He had 1 decade of obedience to 1 year of ministry. The former treatise have I made, O Theophilus, of all that Jesus began both to do and to teach. Are you seeing it? So Jesus himself was operating under the government of his Father. And it was only his Father he gave expression to. And John called himself our companion in the kingdom of Jesus Christ.
Thank you for watching. Please kindly like, comment, subscribe so you can stay up in speed when next we upload a new video. Thank you.